If you have the money, a few high-end automakers will take your car and restore it. At Porsche, it doesn't even need to be a proper classic. In this case, though, it's a legendary low-production icon that has returned to the Porsche factory for renewal. A 20-year-old Carrera GT. Not only was Porsche collector Victor Gómez's Carrera GT restored, but it was also redesigned as part of the Sonderwunsch program, with a fresh interior and 1970 Le Mans winning 917-inspired livery. The Carrera GT's hasn't shared details about the state of Gómez's 2005 Carrera GT when it entered the factory, but considering it's a rare 20-year-old hype, it likely wasn't rotting in some barn somewhere. However, 20 years can still lead to some deterioration, particularly to rubber and coatings. The renewal project takes a car back to what Porsche calls its zero-kilometer condition. But this project went several steps further. The car was completely pulled apart. Technical components, such as the transmission and V10 engine, were overhauled, and the carbon parts were The original silver paint was then replaced with the livery from the red and white 917 short-tail race car that Hans Hermann and Richard Atwood drove to Porsche's first victory at Le Mans. According to Porsche, the red and white livery is known as the Salzburg design. The Salzburg design is named after the Austrian city of Salzburg, where the Porsche Alpines car dealership prepared to 917s for the Porsche Salzburg team, which was close to being a works team, while the Gulf-sponsored team, which was the official partner to Porsche, also entered 2 cars. In 1970, Porsche threw everything it could at Le Mans to win the coveted 24-hour endurance race. So it also lent one of its flat-valve-powered monsters to Martini Racing to enter. The in-house Porsche Salzburg was retired after 1970 to give way to factory-sponsored teams. But the livery has become iconic to Porsche and motor racing enthusiasts. The problem for Porsche in 2025 was that it's not easy to recreate the livery. That was specifically designed for one car and put it on a completely different car. To do so, Porsche brought in veteran designer Grant Larson before he retires after 36 years with Porsche. Larson and his team went old school with tape and hand painting to adapt the legendary livery in guards, red and white, on the Carrera GT, including the race numbers. Porsche also introduced matte black carbon to areas and other trim, including the A and B pillars, the exterior mirrors, air ducts, and the rear diffuser. The grills of the engine cover are anodized in black matte, and the original wheels are painted black. Finally, the interior got the guard's red treatment with colored Alcantara being added to the dashboard and door panels, the steering wheel rim, the center console, and even the front luggage compartment, trim and luggage set. The center panels, sidecars and headrests of the seats are remade with the FIA material non-flammable motorsport fabric from the Porsche 918 Spider. Finally, the seat shells and air vent covers are now covered in matte carbon. The change is significant, and there's certainly no other Carrera GT like it. But does the custom work detract from what the car used to be? Jump into the comments and let us know.